Hey, what's up, everybody? Matt Wozni here from MXPTV here, and thanks for checking in. This is WOZ Up Live this week. Kind of going over the Baltimore Arenacross that just happened last weekend. So it was a really fun weekend. I mean, Baltimore Arenacross is always it's a close one for me. I'm about an hour and a half from there, so I was pumped to be there. It was a lot of fun. The racing was really good. I mean, the racing was on point all the whole weekend. Looking at kind of going through results here, checking out. I mean, going through what happened Friday night. Now, before we get into the actual results, actually, the track was definitely a big thing here at Baltimore. It was 5 lanes in an arena cross, which is not really been heard of, really. So it was really the track changes were different. The main stage, if you've been to Baltimore, you know they have the main stage in front. They used that, so that was really impressive. I thought to do that. So that was cool. They had rhythm sections that were pretty much like Supercross level almost. I thought, it had a difficult set of whoops. I think a much harder section of whoops, and then like a rhythmly type whoop section they had on one side. The start was probably one of the most wild starts you probably could think of. I mean, when you walk the track, you're just like you couldn't believe how narrow it was down that straightaway, and and all that. So it was going in that first turn. I mean, I actually paced it. It was about 15. It was like 15 feet wide. So it was pretty impressive how that was kind of all happening. So but besides the track though being really different and everything else, the racing was still pretty good. The riders seemed to be really, once they figured out the pace a little bit, there was no really spots to gain ground or whatever. Like at Worcester, the track was rutted and deep. Baltimore was hard packed. It was rough. It was really tough to to gain an advantage somewhere. A lot of guys were doing the same rhythm, the same sections. It just depended on how your whoop speed was, your corner speed, and that was about it. And everyone was pretty much par on that. So Friday night, McDade taking the overall win, going 2-1. His starts, I mean, he was in the whole shot department was a less unit the entire time. I mean, he had his starts down all weekend long. I think he had pretty much almost all the whole shots on both nights, and especially the way the track is and how even it is, a start is important in arena cross, no doubt about it. It is important anyway, but this was more important than anything else because everyone was pretty much the same playing field. So McDade taking the 2-1 overall win there. Bowers recovering from a bad Saturday night at Worcester, really rode really well on the Friday night, going 3-2 for second overall. And third overall, I mean, what can you say about him? Aaron Plessinger was on point. On Friday night, he took the Lights main event win that night as well. That just kind of was that. And the Lights main event happens right before the Arenacross main starts, so that was just confidence right in the tank right there before he even got on the gate. So his lap times were really good. I think he was like third fastest in qualifying as well. So he was really on point all weekend. Third overall, and Zach Gaines fourth, and Kyle Regal with Worcester didn't look too hot at Worcester at all. I know I believe he got there late too as well. But other than that, his finish at Friday night Baltimore was fifth overall. Awesome ride for him as well. So, but still, it was the racing was really good going into Saturday night. I think and Saturday night, I mean, it was kind of a wild night. I think the first main event went pretty good as far as normal as everything went. Jacob Hayes, who had a bad Friday night, he really stepped up on Saturday night, taking the first Arenacross main win, and we didn't get the overall because the second main event was as chaotic as can be. It was you had a first turn pileup that had anybody who was in top 10 in points was down. I mean, you had Bowers, Ames. I think McDade had the lead, and then he actually no, that was in the first main. McDade had the lead the first main. Had to start again, but then he actually had a flat tire. A lot of work going around. He just wasn't happening in that race or whatever like that because he had a poor finish. But he had a flat tire. That did his night. So, but he was running really good. And then Jacob Hayes took the main main event win in the first race. And then the second main event, like I said, the first turn pileup was crazy. Willie Browning was leading the race a little bit. He's been he's been right up in there. Last year he was up there as well, but I think this year he's having a lot better start this year. I believe he's third in points right now, I believe. So he's third in points, and he's, did really well. But more importantly, Aaron Plessinger with the overall win. I mean, coming in, he told me he hadn't done Arenacross, the AMSOIL Arenacross series back when he was an amateur in probably about 6 years, he said. So it's been a very long time since he's done it. So that was really cool. And besides that, I think he was on point all night. He went 4-1 for the overall, and Zach Games ended up finishing second overall, 3-4, but that was good enough to take over the points lead. He actually lost the points lead Friday night to McDade. McDade actually ran the red plate on Saturday night, and then leaving Baltimore now, Ames will now run the red plate in Louisville, Kentucky this weekend. So Ames was again really doing really well as well, staying in the mix, doing what he can. Bowers just had trouble starting the bike up in the first turn, and he was just way back as it was, and he ended up finishing 7th overall. He sits now 4th in points. Last weekend he was 6th after Worcester, I believe. So it's better, but we're talking about 3-time defending champion here and in a row and sitting this deep. So he's actually 20 back of his teammate Ames right now. So. But we're still pretty early in the series, so I think it's going to be really interesting to see how everything unfolds and goes from there. So, I mean, like I said, some kind of special riders some riders that really stood out to me, I think. Again, Browning was on point. I mean, took in second in the second main event on Saturday night. Third in points. He is, I believe, 16 behind Ames right now. He's in the mix. He's doing really well, so... his lap times, he's told me, has not been great. His lap times have not been good at all, but in qualifying, but in the mains, he puts it together. That's just how it gets done. I mean, that's what counts. So, but again, getting good qualifying time is good for gate pick. When gate pick is obviously important in Arenacross. So, and also McDade, I mean, led the points coming into Saturday night, and he's been very aggressive, and he's been really, really standing out, and he's right in the mix with Bowers, Ames, and then the rest of the crew, and it's interesting. So, but besides that, and then don't forget the lights class too as well. Lights, Keith Tucker taking his second lights Arenacross win of the year so far, so he's looking really good. Keith, Aaron, a lot of those younger riders are coming in and kind of shaking things up and really kind of playing spoiler a lot. They're in that Reed Carmichael Road to Supercross now, so they're getting in. The thing is, you have to make the Arenacross night show, to be in, not the lights, but the Arenacross class to be in, to get at least the next step forward to getting your Supercross license. So. Obviously, Plessinger was winning, so he's definitely in the mix right now to get his running and stuff as well. So he's doing really good. So that's really good. But besides that, I mean, let me close a couple things here. So so you got these riders that are really playing spoiler in the series, but it's making it exciting and really just turning it all around. And I think you're gonna see that throughout the whole series as well. And Plessinger told me he's doing the next 2 races as well in Kentucky and North Carolina. So, you're going to have your guys. You're going to have, Bowers, Ames. I believe Jacob Hayes is doing most of them. And, Willie Browning, that's up there, and McDade. Those guys are doing the whole series. You're going to have these young kids coming in and really mix it up. So, I think it's going to make it even more interesting as it already is in Arenacross. So, but besides that, that's pretty much the results, kind of way of looking things at it for Baltimore. We're going to actually show you some video. We're going to show you the video we're going to actually show you, if you haven't seen it yet, the highlight video from Baltimore, brought to you by ATI Clothing. ATI Clothing stepped up. They've been a big supporter, actually. The beanie right there, thanks from ATI as well. So they were hopped on the video as well. They did they're in the area as well, so check them out at aspiretoinspireclothing.com. Check them out. But let's go. We're gonna go check out the highlight video from Baltimore. So give you a couple minutes to enjoy the video and check it out. We'll see you after that.
love that. I'm Wes Kane and welcome to our second stop of AMSOIL Arenacross. Here's the highlights from Baltimore.
Well, there you go. That's the highlight video from Baltimore that I did. Again, thanks to ATI Clothing for stepping up and being part of the video. Show you some more videos from Baltimore as well. Kind of just talk about it a little bit. We're going to show you a helmet cam from Tony Archer. He actually ran the first race of Saturday night, the Arenacross Lights heat race. Archer is currently the points leader actually in the Arenacross Lights East region right now. So we're going to check out that video right now. And it's, if you haven't seen it yet, kind of a good ending. Kind of not a good ending actually. It's actually a pretty wild ending. So camera did take a little bit of beating, but besides that, we're going to check it out right now. So enjoy. As you can see, not a very good ending for Archer in that race. He did end up going to the main event and finishing, I believe, I actually want to make sure he got that right. He ended up finishing 6th in that main event, so, and it still holds the points lead by, I believe, 5 points. So, pretty impressive ride from Archer. I mean, come off, from that heat race crash. As you can see, the track got real busy. It was, the 5 lanes definitely looked tighter. And as you can see, Archer was making a lot of moves, moving up as well. So he was looking awesome out there. GoPro camera got a little wrecked, I think. It still kind of works, but the screen, the screen that's on the front, it's actually all destroyed pretty much now. And I think the only way to operate is through Wi-Fi, which I don't know. I might get a new one anyway. So. But anyways, but that's the helmet cam from there. And also, I had another video and kind of snuck it out there a little bit, and it was a battle video. I know you guys always love the battle videos. You like to see the raw race highlights and everything. That's understandable. I like seeing that stuff as well. That's why I put it out there. And so now we're actually gonna watch the battle video of a short head-to-head race between Kyle Regal and Tyler Bowers. This is the head-to-head final race from Saturday night in Baltimore. So we're going to check that out right now. So. As you can see there, very exciting racing. Make sure you go check out Arenacross this year. I know they got put very much to the side with Supercross happening right now, and Supercross obviously is really awesome show. Arenacross is the same as well. So make sure you check out around near you. I know the next 2 weekends, Louisville, Kentucky is this weekend. I won't be out there this weekend. I'm kind of bummed about it, but I got to stick home here. I got some family stuff going on, so stick at home for that. And then next weekend is Greensboro, North Carolina. I'll be down there for that one. I think that's the last one for the year for me. The rest get really far west, and then really kind of working on stuff here at home for the rest of this year. So kind of taking February to kind of focus on that stuff and maybe do some fun shoots, things like that. So whatever kind of falls into play. So, yeah. So that pretty much does for Baltimore Arenacross coming up. Also, as well, we have actually got invited to a kind of a cool new show idea. We've got a Google Hangout set up with Motorsport. It's a Moto X Hangout, we're calling it. Got Dan Lamb, Brett Q, Matt Rice, our photo guy for MXPTV, and we got a couple other guests we might have on. I believe we're having Colton Eck, who's the new Motor Concepts scholarship rider, going on as well. The show goes live for the first time tonight. Goes live tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time, so 6 out west. There'll be a link up on MXPTV.com, the embed video and stuff. It's kind of just a Google Hangout webcam type setup. I'm gonna have pretty much a similar setup you're gonna see here, and it'll be pretty much just a simple, kind of just a bunch of guys talking about motocross, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. We got a lot of insight, a lot of info, and I'll kind of pop in there and kind of do the Arenacross talk on there, because that's what I've been doing. I really haven't done any Supercross, so the only thing I've done with Supercross is watched it on TV. I mean, last weekend was kind of funny. We watched it at our hotel in the lobby, and there was like this, I don't know, some type of Jewish youth group party, something going on. It was some big party, and they were all kind of like wondering what Supercross was, and they were interested. They actually liked it, so they watched it with us the rest of the night. It was a crew of a dozen or something like that, just kind of sitting at our tables and stuff, and kind of just kind of hanging out and watching Supercross. So we actually drove some new fans last weekend watching it, so it was neat. But the racing was good. I mean, what I see is what is on TV. I'm not in the pits. I'm not, I mean, I could lurk on the internet and get what I need, but that's the internet, so I'm not actually there. But we'll have some insight from some guys involved, and much more involved with Supercross and all that. So check that out. Just head back to MXPTV.com. There'll be links going throughout. It's the Motorsport Moto X hangout. Should be like an hour-long show. Should be a lot of fun. Hoping to make that a kind of a long-term thing as well. I think it's a great idea for getting people involved. We're gonna have fans getting involved as well, so you guys can chime in with the video call and stuff and get involved. So we're really kind of opening it up to any ideas and everything, and I think it's gonna be really cool. So check in with that. But besides that, I think that does it for this WOZ. That's pretty much what's been going on. Obviously playing around with the live stuff a lot. Been doing obviously getting on some more live stuff now, so it's kind of cool. But besides that, I think everything has been going really well. I mean, pretty much caught up on video work for once. Kind of just been really taking my time to kind of just calm and recharge a little bit, even with the Arenacross going on, but also to kind of go right into when the qualifiers and the other races start happening, late February, early March. That then we're wide open basically for the rest of the year. So it'll be good. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thanks for checking out. Thanks for checking out What's Up Live, and make sure you follow before you leave. Actually, after you leave, make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Google Plus, wherever else I forgot. All of them. Make sure you follow us all those accounts. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that gets posted, and a lot of other cool things happening. So check in with that, and we'll leave you with a little outro here. So again, thanks for watching, and we will see you later.